Uh, Hi Africa, this is Nuria. Today I'm with Patricia. She has written 2 books. Moja inaitwa Why Should I Marry? And the other one, It's Okay to Be Angry with God. So we have both books, Nuria. So one is going for 1,000 and this other one is 1,300. Why you should marry? Why should I marry? So Patricia, karibu Nuria. So tell us more about yourself and the books you have written.
Great. So my name Africa. This is Patricia Henry. I have written 2 books. I would like to say I have authored 2 books. One is Why Should I Marry? I'm Happy Single, and the other one is It's Okay to Be Angry at God. Why Should I Marry? I'm Happy Single is really about the vulnerabilities that African women, particularly in Kenya, that women go through. Like a woman believes, or rather as women we are taught, that if you want to be happy, you must have a man. So what this does, it makes women rush to marriage before they are emotionally and mentally prepared for it. So my book takes you through a journey about how you can have emotional and mental independency, and how you can use self-awareness to overcome the vulnerabilities. It's okay to be angry at God. This particularly is mostly for people who believe in God. I am a Christian. Bulle is not a Christian, but he does believe in God.
Yes,
and when I came in here the very first time, we had a very rich conversation about how we are taught to mask emotions, and we are taught don't talk anything negative about God. And so if you're feeling a negative emotion, what will you do? You put it, you kind of like bottle it up. Yeah, you push it down. So what that does is that it affects your physiology, it affects your nervous system, and that's the beginning of diseases as well. I am also an expert in food nutrition and dietetics, so don't ask what right do you have to talk about physiology, but that is exactly what it does. And we had a very rich conversation that day where you talked about it is wrong to bottle those feelings up. Yeah.
So I think this one, which is Why Should I Marry? I'm Happy Single. So the question I have for you is how are we going to procreate?
That's a good question.
Because I think the 2 books are tied together. It's Okay to Be Angry with God, and also Why You Should Marry. And without procreating, I think human civilization will end if I think we decide that nobody will have kids in the next, let's say, 100 years or 150 years. So there will be nobody on this planet Earth. So I wanted to know if someone doesn't want to marry, I don't know, when it comes to African religion, African spirituality, can a lady or a man have a kid without getting married and still continue procreating and filling the earth?
That's a very good question, and I like it.
Yes.
First of all, you have equated marriage to having children. That is one of the reasons why a lot of marriages are not working, because we are trying to use marriage as a way of procreation, not as a way of having a union that satisfies both people sexually, and children are the results. Okay, so we are chasing the outcome. Okay. Number 2, it is very possible for people. I think we have already seen it. Women, a lot of women are like, I don't want to get married. I want to have, but I will have a baby. Okay. But my book is not really about, it's not anti-marriage. Okay. It is, if you're happy single, what other reason do you have to marry? Okay, it's not like against that. And for procreation, well, I think people are already doing that. People are already procreating without a husband and a wife. I mean, our culture has and religion has pushed us to believe in certain things. Okay, so you feel the pressure.
Yeah.
You feel the pressure to want to rush, even when you're not ready. And now this is the thing. Okay, the same culture, the same religion that tells you, Bulle, if you are of this age and you have not married and you don't have children, you're not a man enough.
And which is true.
Yeah.
Though they usually say that, I've read somewhere that they say that a man should marry or procreate as young as 18 or 20 years old, because your sperm is at that time very strong and very healthy.
Yeah.
So as you age, I think it loses that healthiness and that strong genetics. But besides that, what I wanted to know is, as Africans, I wanted to understand, when did we start attaching religion and marriage to procreation? Because during Adam, I don't know whether Adam got married. I haven't seen anywhere in the scriptures that Adam got married to Hawa to procreate. I don't know when we tied marriage with procreation.
Yeah.
And if someone gets a kid without getting married, what is it? What is all these things called? A child that's born outside the wedlock. It's not, what is it called? It's a bastard, right?
It's a bastard, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I wanted to know when we started that. Is it came with religion, or was it there before?
That's a very interesting
I don't know, even during Adam and Hawa, when the kids, when they were having, I think, twins, and then they were exchanging marrying your opposite twin, and procreate. So do they have a ceremony at that time, or were they just there to populate the earth? So I think it's a question that the religions need to answer. How the world was before Christianity and Islam and other religions came into play. So that at least, because the reason why I ask you that question is there are a lot of girls or women who are young, even men who want to have kids, but they don't want to get married.
Yeah, because I think one of the reasons, I think that is a very philosophical question that needs definitely some time to really think and dig deeper. We can always come back and continue from there. And it's given me another different perspective about when did religion and our culture, African culture, decide marriage is for procreation, right? But to answer that question about, rather to give my opinion and my thoughts about, yes, someone wants to have a child, but does not want to get married. I think it has to do with the generational pain of marriage that we have seen over the years, okay? Where we have seen women suffer in the name of marriage. We have also seen men nowadays, we have also seen men actually suffer out of marriage. So when we grow up in a society that we see, oh, so and so, that is what happened to her. I mean, you start to develop certain thoughts and attitudes and certain behavior towards marriage, okay? But then you get to a point, you want to procreate, you want to have a baby, okay? Because somehow it's in our natural liking or development, right? Sexual development. So you get to somewhere and you want to have a baby. And so what am I gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna go and look for a sperm donor, and get a baby, or be my baby mama. These things are now becoming so normal that nobody really cares about the emotional and mental implications implications it has to the person doing it and to the generation that is to come. And that's why my book, Why Should I Marry? I'm Happy Single, is very, very important, because if you can have this book in your teen years, in your 20, you're gonna learn a lot of things, like a lot of things that people in their 30s and 40s have perhaps learned late. Okay, and you can start to prepare yourself early, so that you become the woman who stands up and says, I am happy single. So if I am choosing this guy over this one, if I want to do that, if I'm choosing this person over this one, I know exactly why I am doing it. And then number two, it protects you in that healthy, in that relationship, so that we have boundaries. Because even in the house, even if no matter how much you love someone, you must have personal boundaries. And if you don't have those personal boundaries, you're not going to enjoy the relationship. So the Why Should I Marry? I'm Happy Single is to prepare you to enjoy your sexuality in a deeper and sexier way, you know, than the way culture and religion has oriented us to do. So very interesting that you mentioned religion and culture, because it's actually in my book, and how it has influenced us women to measure our self-worth, measure the goodness of our sexuality with the presence or the absence of a man. Hey, uko single, how? Hakuna mtu ataweza kuwa single and happy. It is actually possible to be single and happy, and then make your choices from there. I have seen a lot of not very good things on the internet talking about women and being single and so singlehood. But I think the important thing about being single is to actually find who you are. If you find who you are, sexuality is in there. It becomes a part of who you are. It becomes a functionality that I believe was created by God, not to bring pain to you as a woman, but to bring joy to you as a woman. Yeah.
Asante sana. I think this discussion is long. I should have asked you a lot of questions, but the two books are available here. So come get them at Nuria. You can also reach her on TikTok and Instagram. I don't know, and also Twitter.
Yeah.
So I think
Patricia Henry.